So hello, I'm David from 1155 and ourscreen, one company with two names. 1155 is all about working with cinemas, studios and consumer brands about connecting with audiences in different ways. Ourscreen's the world's first crowdsourced cinema platform, so increasing the amount of choice that people are able to experience in UK cinemas. We're all about engaging with audiences in different ways and trying to understand that as much as possible. But we ask ourselves this question more than any in the office. From a personal perspective, we feel like even though we're living in a hyper-connected world, we often feel disconnected. And we work a lot with youth audiences, not exclusively, but it's no secret that 16 to 24s feel loneliness and isolation more intensely than any other age group. Yet conversely, they value experience over possession, which for us is both an opportunity and a responsibility for the cinema industry. We took that same kind of question to the BFI and found they were also interested in looking after that audience and looking at that audience, but for a slightly different reason. That audience has the lowest engagement with British independent cinema, and we've recently created this brand to try and address that problem. To champion British cinema to 16 to 24s by celebrating the fun, social experience of the cinema. We haven't been doing it alone. We came up with the aspiration and the title in Massive, something that was large, inclusive, that felt more like a brand than an industry initiative, with no offence to industry initiatives. But we pulled in a wider team, an amazing design studio called Studio Moros, who check them out if you haven't seen them. Their office or studio really does look like that. And a brilliant innovation company called Two Igloos, who pulled together to start with an amazing set of focus groups for us. We wanted to find out a heap of stuff, but the most important things were those three questions. What we learned was that peer-to-peer validation drives this audience's cinema visits, as well as validation from other channels, and that often takes time to come into place. They love British film, but they didn't think there was that much of it, and recommendation was really kind of key to them. We used the insights from those focus groups to create a full version of our brand. A key thing that we found from the studies was that they were full of opinions about what we should and shouldn't do. So participation right from the outset was key. We wanted to create a brand that evolved over time, that changed with the different films we were supporting and allowed people to input into it with Instagram stickers. The structure of Massive as a long-term initiative is an always-on Instagram channel, which was the channel that was most important for this demographic. Cinema experiences. Whenever we support or create a cinema experience, it always has to be a film plus something else. And that's something else we've experimented with, but music videos is the most impactful thing we've done. Collaborations as well are something that the audience really told us that they enjoyed. You know, millennials and Gen Z audiences in particular love brands, and they love brands working together, and they love discovering things through other brands that they like. So we forged relationships with people like Radio 1 and Universal Music to kind of bridge the gap between music and film, and to kind of add interest to our brand and potentially credibility to theirs. Through the research that we found and the ongoing work that we've been doing, the most impressive or proud stat that we've got for us is the one in the top corner. We did 13 preview screenings of Wild Rose all around the country, knowing that that audience could easily miss a film like that. By the time they found their validation, often they'd enjoy a film like that post its theatrical window on online platforms. 50% of the people that came to our screenings wouldn't have seen that film at that stage, which was great for us. We've reached over 8 million 16 to 24s through a 3-film pilot, and we're extending throughout the year. There's a ton of great British films to come. I know there's people from E1 in the room, but look out for activity on The Day Shall Come and Ken Loach's brilliant Sorry We Missed You, as well as collaborations with people like E4 Slackers Club, and a new venture coming from us called Massive Undercover. Thanks.